But cool, I bought a Sharp Science thing. Oh, sorry.
All right, welcome to Two Dads in the Comic. I'm Dan Riley.
And I'm Ben Morris.
And that was Ben talking for the intro because he's not a professional, apparently.
Sorry.
You bring Deadpool and Spiderman out, and he's off the fucking rails before the intro.
Bring out Spiderman and Deadpool, and I fuck not about.
Fuck not about nothing. So, we're here with, I think, our 5th episode, which is awesome. And it's actually 2 weeks after the last one, so we're on time track.
On schedule. What? One time. Sorta.
We'll see in another 4 weeks.
Yeah, after July 4th, probably.
After July 4th. We got to do family stuff on July 4th.
Yes, we do. We got to go out with the wives and the children and watch boom booms go off in the air.
Boom, boom, bang, bang. Now, you were talking about going to Lowe's Park. Have you ever gone to the park?
The park?
Yeah.
Like Conahita?
Conahita Park?
Whatever the fuck it's called. No, we haven't done that before.
They do a bunch of, they have a bunch of stuff.
Isn't that where they shoot them off?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, don't you want your children to get as close to the explosions as possible?
Well, when you put it that way.
I mean, we can let all 3 of our children just go light them.
Go light that fuse.
Light and run.
Mm-hmm. Run, Birdie.
Run as fast as your short legs will take you.
That's my girl.
I would yell at my baby to run, but it can't even roll over. So stay low to the ground. That pretty much just has me laying my baby next to the can. Just stay here. You'll be fine.
Look up, baby. Look up.
Everything's supposed to go up, not down. You'll be okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
So anyways.
I don't know what just happened.
Got a rocky start. So today we are bringing you guys Spider-Man Deadpool issue 1 and 2 with a surprise issue of Gwenpool number 1.
Gwenpool!
Which is awesome.
We love it.
Yes, it is. What?
I
don't know where I was going with that.
It's titillating.
It's so good.
I love Gwenpool.
But before we get into that, Ben, how's the kids?
They're great.
Good.
Great. Everybody's healthy now, and
yeah, there was a time there was like
everybody was just cycling sickness. You know, we were just giving the fucking Hong Kong flu back and forth. It was fucking nasty,
the
man.
Hong Kong flu.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yeah, my child is still just a log, so not a whole lot of excitement. Pooping a lot.
She poops a lot.
She sleeps almost 7 hours sometimes, if that's interesting to anybody.
She's sleeping through the night?
She sleeps, the earliest now she gets up is we'll put her to bed anywhere, typically about 8, 9 o'clock, and the earliest she'll get up is 3. There have been a couple times where she was didn't wake up till 5, which was awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Which, that'd probably be more exciting for, new dads. Oh my God, that can happen? That's a thing.
It can totally happen. It will happen. Just hang in there.
It gets better. I was actually talking to a customer who had his baby a month after me and Morgan did, and I was like, listen, this is what you need to do. I was like, I'll tell you, it gets better. And he walked out, and I turned to V, and I was like, I'm giving dad advice already.
It's instantaneous.
I mean, I figured I just went through stuff he was going through, and I was like, get a baby straitjacket. Those things work great.
Yeah, it's still fresh in your mind.
Yeah. That sounds horrible.
Baby straitjacket? No, the swaddle.
The swaddles,
thing.
Yeah. It's not an actual straitjacket.
Or
Calm down.
The sack that you can put them in. Did you get any of those?
Yeah, just a set from potatoes, right?
No, not like a plastic bag or anything. But they make a swaddle bag thing that you basically just shove your child in and zip the bottom.
I
like
think
a Ziploc bag.
I think we have one of those. But yeah, no, I try to help him out, and he sounds like he's going through a rougher time than we were. So hopefully that gets better for him.
Yeah, here's hoping.
But yeah, I don't have anything quite yet. She's starting to learn what her hands are, and the other day she was just rubbing her eye, and I was like, oh my God, she had control of a hand.
She's getting her mind blown.
Yes.
Every day. What? Say what? She's booting up.
Yeah. We actually have to do her first shots tomorrow. Not looking forward to that. I mean, I am, because I don't want my child to get a rare disease that we should have killed forever ago.
She'd be fine. Just shots.
Shots, I don't like it.
Are you letting her play on her belly?
Oh, yeah, tons of belly time.
Yeah, you got to put her on the floor. That's how they learn.
Yeah, what we do is we get things of Swiffer, and we put them on her onesies, and we just slide her around. Tummy time, and she gets the floor clean.
It's like a Roomba made flesh.
And it's cute. No, we do a ton of tummy time, and we just started using. They come with the little like arched pillows, and we just started actually using that because before like it just seemed like it was way too big for her. But we just started using it and just make sure like she doesn't flap her head around like crazy and like headbutt the floor.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
But
just put a blanket on the floor.
Pretty good.
There you go.
She likes driving in the car, so that's good. I don't want to get addicted to it though, but
right.
But I digress. I was gonna talk about something, but it was like baby birthed. God, I can't remember.
It's
anyways,
afterbirth.
It's horrible. Don't you ever bring that up to me again. I turned around and saw that sack come out.
She's blowing a bubble.
Oh my god!
What am I supposed to do?
Pop it!
No.
She actually said, which I mean. Of course, we will never know the experiences, but she said it felt more relieving once the afterbirth came out, the placenta, than the baby.
Because it's most of the mass is what is the
Well, yeah, I
baby
guess that
is
makes
in.
sense. I figured the baby would be the bigger, just because like
Not really. I mean,
it seems a little bigger coming out.
There's a lot of fluid and a lot of like extra.
Gooey.
Yeah, there's goo in there, and
I thought it was funny watching them put
membranes
down
and
like
such.
fucking papers and shit like we're at a Gallagher show. I was like, what the fuck is about to happen? The doctor had like a clear visor on protecting his face. I was like, well,
and you're standing there in a t-shirt.
yeah, I'm like, do I get one?
What do I need here?
Where's my protection?
I'm
I'm
in a
pretty
fucking
close.
like a lead vest. Like,
I'm pretty close to ground zero. What's going on?
and you want me to stand right here?
Right here? I want your protection. Okay, but anyways, okay, we'll head off into the news. I'll get more interesting, baby. Stuff down the road.
It'll happen.
I'll make things happen. Oh, she pooped up her back a couple times. That was cool.
Awesome. Pooping up
It was
the back.
so cool. All right,
I was
so end of
proud
the
first time that happened. She like pooped all the way, like it came out her neck hole. I was like, wow.
Wow, no, that hasn't happened yet.
Wow.
A little out of the top of the diaper.
Yeah.
A little the size. It didn't go up her fucking back. Holy
Laying on her
shit.
back and just.
My God.
Yeah.
You have a machine gun on your hands.
But go on, news.
News. Yeah. I'm horrified now. I don't want this to happen.
It's jarring when it first happens.
Oh my God. I think I just give her away.
We can't clean this. Just give her away.
This is put her in the yard. Let her survive. She has coverage.
I like her less now.
I like her. Not mine. Anyway, so we'll start with DC news like we usually do, and we talked about this just a slight bit, but we just had the last Snyder Capullo Batman issue number 51.
Single tier.
Yeah, I have it. I have not read it yet because I think I'm just gonna go ahead and read it, but I don't have the whole arc.
I bought it.
Yeah, you did.
I got it.
That's one to have.
One of like 3 of the new 52 that I own. 4 actually.
Is that all you own?
That's all I have.
Did you?
I was a little late to the game.
Oh,
on
you
Batman.
bought volume 1 of Darkseid Wars. You didn't
Yes.
buy the individual. I have the individual
Well, that's
issues and the
Justice
volume.
League. Yeah, that's Darkseid Wars is Justice League.
It's still New 52.
Well, I'm talking about New 52 Batman.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying New 52 in general.
No,
I'd be
no.
like, you've been buying
No,
some
New
DC
52
comics.
Batman. I've
'Cause
got
we
4.
I wonder. No, I was gonna say. I wonder if the Batman Master Race, the Dark Knight Master Race, that's not considered New 52
No.
because
No,
it's still with the continuity of back in the day.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, it was their last team up. Snyder went to do the All-Star Batman, which is a new complete run. It was All-Star Batman and Robin, and they cut off Robin because who needs that bitch?
Robin's all right.
I like Robin.
He's cute.
I talk shit, but I like all the Robins. It's weird that people like hate one Robin over another. Like, I like them in their roles. Like, I like Damian. You know, I haven't seen Tim Drake as Red Robin, but I enjoyed him as Robin, so I'm sure I'd like that. I like
I've heard
Jason
Red
Todd
Robin
as
is
Red
very
Hood.
good.
I really like Nightwing. I have no issues with them.
Why would you?
It's kind of weird. And then, they announced that during the Rebirth announcement that he's going to be doing All-Star Batman with John Romita Jr., which I haven't really picked up any of his stuff, but just the covers and stuff I've seen of his, I'm not a fan right off the bat.
Yeah, I think Romita, he's showing his age a little bit, I think.
If it wasn't for him being teamed up with Snyder, I probably wouldn't have anything to do with this book. But because Snyder's writing it, you can tell me that fucking Snyder's teaming up with a 4th grader to do a new Batman book, and I will buy every issue.
And it'll probably be amazing.
It really would be. Sadly enough, though, Capullo was not announced for anything DC. With Rebirth, anyways.
Well, he's doing other things.
Yeah, he's doing some freaking mystery project with Mark Miller.
And I'm telling you, whatever it is, it's going to blow minds.
He tweets about it constantly. He's like, you thought my stuff was good before.
Yeah.
Wait till this comes.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, they haven't even announced who it's with. We don't know if it's a DC, if it's Marvel, if it's Dark Horse, if it's Image. Like, nothing isn't announced about it.
It could be independent. We don't know.
Just that it's Mark Miller and Capullo, which
it'll be great.
Is enough.
Whatever it is.
But so we're gonna kind of keep an eye on that. We got the official Killing Joke trailer, and we watched it, and that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers.
I think did they say July? I think it's coming out.
Yeah, July.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or maybe June. I know it was relatively soon.
It was a J month. June or July?
J month.
J month. What if we just had a 60-day long month? It was just J month.
J month.
Instead of going into like ending at 30s, it just kept going to like.
I don't know why we chop. I don't know why we chop it up anyway. What's the point?
Let's just have December 1st be the first.
Why don't we just?
No, not December 1st.
1,
January
2,
1st. I'm stupid.
3.
January 1st will be the first. Instead of December 31st, it'll be December 365.
Yeah. It makes just as much sense as what we have now.
Yeah. Time is relative.
That's right.
Oh, well. Anyways.
Time ain't nothing.
Time nothing. Anyways.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Time travel. Boom tube. Anyways.
Boom tube.
Just place that in anywhere.
Boom tube.
You know where I'd boom tube to?
Where?
The release of Twins.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Have the infinite cosmic power of a boom tube, and you want it to take you to the premiere of Twins.
I just really wanted to fit Danny DeVito into this episode. I didn't know else how to do it.
I didn't know how else to do it.
And it felt really good at the time.
You know what? I'm going to go on this journey with you. I agree wholeheartedly.
Premiere of Twins.
I boom tube back to a time when Danny DeVito was king.
You mean like 5 minutes ago?
Yes.
Okay. Did I tell you, by the way, that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where you did the first-person view of Frank is in the new season? It's not on the Netflix one.
Oh, okay.
I know I wanted to see it so bad. But anyways, back to Killing Joke.
Yeah, Killing Joke.
That's going to be, man, awesome. Just like, because I know they've added to it, but looking at the trailer, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like, it was like Dark Knight Returns. It was pulled exactly from the comic. And, we watch it fully. We'll see, okay, this is, switched around, or this was added, this might have been taken out. But just looking at the trailer, like, it is, even to the art form.
Yeah.
And it looks just like the art of it.
It's word for word.
I can't wait.
They're basically just taking the comic and flipping pages, and that's their script.
That was one of the things I loved with The Dark Knight Returns is watching it, and you just saw the panels. And you just kind of see it flash. I love when they do that. Like, I love the other stuff where they kind of do their New 52 Justice League, and I still haven't seen the Justice League versus Teen Titans, which I heard was really good. But man, when they just adapt straight stories, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you know that they did a Batman Easter eggs in the Simpsons episode? One of the Simpsons episodes. If you look in the back, instead of Batman v Superman, it was, let's see, Batman v Batwoman. Tagline, this time it's for custody. And you saw like a little kid like in between them.
This time it's for custody.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was. I mean, Batman was in the name, so obviously it's a nod to Batman v Superman, but also to kind of, this is like the year of verses. We have Batman v Superman. We have Civil War, which is Cap versus Iron Man. We have Punisher versus Daredevil. Like everywhere you look, it's verses, which awesome.
Right.
Save your baddies for later. Let the good guys fight.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you're 12 and you're having that conversation. Who would win, the Hulk or Thor? Who would win, Punisher or Daredevil? Well, Punisher, because Daredevil's a blind bitch.
He's a blind bitch.
That's not fair. I love Daredevil. It's one of my favorites.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that season 2. I didn't write this down in the notes, and I'll just say it now instead of trying to remember it for the Marvel news, but Netflix did officially pick up The Punisher as a show.
Awesome.
Which, I mean, of course that was going to happen.
Awesome.
There was no question in my mind about it. People were talking about, like, are they going to do it? I'm like, yeah, they're going to do it. What do you mean, are they going to do it?
Listen to what you're saying.
You're stupid, first of all. Second of all, really stupid. Third of all, they're going to pick it up. In that order.
I got to be so stupid.
I got to be so stupid. Batman v Superman has officially passed Iron Man, the first one, in box office numbers domestically, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah. As of April 24th, Batman v Superman hit 319.5 mil, past Iron Man's 318.4. It is now the 11th highest grossing comic book movie at the domestic box office.
Yeah, take that, haters.
Yeah, suck it. That movie's not a failure.
It's not.
I think they're calling it not a failure, but like money-wise, because they had to do the profit they wanted. They had to hit $1 billion.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
$1 billion.
Which I think the success margin or percentage is like 22% profit. So they probably profited. It probably wasn't. It was probably less. You know, like I said, they wanted to hit $1 billion. There's actually talks of them trying to do the R-rated theatrical version to try to bump those numbers up. Because, I mean, I'd go to see it again.
I'll go see it.
You know?
But $1 billion? Wow.
$1 billion, yeah.
That's...
I mean, it's close. It's like, it's up where, I know it's in the 800 mils. I know it's up there. I don't think it hit 900 mil yet.
It's confident, bordering on ballsy.
Yeah, being that they're calling for the Blu-ray DVD to come out in July, I think. It's either June or July. I don't think it's going to hit the bill. I wish it would, but I don't see it happening.
Nah, it's not going to hit the bill. It'd be cool if it did, but nah.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I've seen it 3 times. If it doesn't hit what they want, that's fine. It's not going to affect anything down the line like people think it is. People were like sure that they were going to start pulling a bunch of the DC movies off because that one didn't hit the mark, which hasn't affected it at all. I think Suicide Squad's going to do great.
Well, and then compounded with all the rumors that have been swirling.
Yeah, which we'll
Warner
touch
Brothers.
on in a second.
Idiots.
Real quick one, J.K. Simmons was on a night show, and he was talking about how his Gordon role in Justice League is a very small role, which it's kind of what you have to expect. You're going to have a Justice League movie, and you're not going to have any introduction movies for any other characters that will be in it, which they haven't said who actually is in the Justice League movie. For all we know, it could be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and then, you know, one other person. They could do just Aquaman, or they didn't say it's going to be the whole Justice League.
I've heard that there's no Green Lantern in Justice League.
Not in the first 2.
See, that stinks.
Yeah, you know what it is Warner Brothers afraid of it.
Green Lantern's one of the founding members. Well, you have an opportunity to redeem Green Lantern from that sucktastic movie that came out. Yeah. Even though it does have, you know, a homie in it.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. But it was pretty terrible.
Thought you just spazzed there for a second.
No, my homie. You know,
because you kind of went middle of chest
bump.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's kind of the consensus, is that Warner Brothers is kind of afraid of the Green Lantern property because of how bad it did. So we'll kind of, I mean, they're doing 2 Justice Leagues, so
fix it.
They could fix that, but going back to how many characters they're going to have, I don't see them doing, like, everybody in both. Mm-hmm. I could very well see them putting one other person in Justice League and have it be 4. Mm-hmm. And then, because between Justice League 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure we're getting 2 of the 3 out of Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. Mm-hmm. So they'll probably bring a couple of them into like Justice League 2 and have it a bigger cast. But we'll see what they'll do. But I mean, I'm not very surprised. I didn't expect Gordon to have a huge role in the movie with everybody else they have. But he will be a returning cast member, of course. And going into The Flash, the original director, I didn't catch his name, which doesn't matter because he is no longer on board.
Yeah, he's gone.
He is done.
He hit the fucking road.
Wanted to make some drastic change, big enough to affect Justice League 2, which Warner Brothers isn't going to do.
He wanted to turn it into a musical.
Yes. See, that also right there makes me like wonder if we probably won't see Flash, but maybe just a little bit in Justice League 1. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's how they do it, but the same thing. Aquaman director is not leaving. Mm-hmm. That was just a rumor.
Who's directing Aquaman?
That one I also don't know.
Don't know?
Don't know. And from what I've read, now real quickly, these past 3 things with Flash, Aquaman, and the Zack Snyder, it's nothing that has been officially confirmed on any of like comicbook.com, comic book resources, nothing like that. This is going off of a Facebook page of an admin who supposedly knows someone who works at WB. Mm-hmm. So it could be true, maybe not. Maybe they're just doing it for likes or whatever. But this is what we're getting.
They're doing it for likes?
Well, yeah, like you put up. I forget. You don't know social media. You don't Facebook. People make up Facebook pages. Like this Facebook page is Bruce Wayne.
Oh, like the thumbs up thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a like.
Why would you do something just for that?
It helps the page. It looks good.
God damn teenagers.
Yeah, it's all about the world.
That's the stupidest thing.
Listen,
what's the fucking point?
We want likes on our stuff. Stop it.
Oh, yeah, we want likes on our stuff.
Like our stuff.
I love that crap.
I love that bag of shit.
I love face space.
Face space. We don't have a Facebook.
And twatter.
Twatter. We have a twatter. But anyway.
Insta picture.
One of the rumors going around with Zack Snyder isn't going along. Oh, that just went dumb.
What?
Is not getting along with Warner Brothers. Zack Snyder, Warner Brothers, not getting along. Apparently that's a rumor. The relationship's great, and he is now going to be the guy who looks over all the DC projects.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
You don't word good.
Word be hard.
You looked at me like your eyes crossed for a second, and I saw a puff of smoke.
I had no idea where I was trying to go with it. That went horribly. Wow.
You had like the human equivalent of a blue screen.
Control Alt Delete. I don't know. Things, words.
Safe mode.
Control Alt Delete. Anyways, into Marvel news. If you have a Regal theater around you, you should go there to go see Civil War. Because when you go there, you get 3 free digital. I don't know what's going on with me tonight.
Good Lord.
3 digital comics with the purchase of a Civil War ticket.
Do I need to call an ambulance?
Probably. That costs money. Tell them it's Morgan. She's on Medicaid. But you get Civil War #1, Invincible Iron Man #1, and Captain America Sam Wilson #1. Which is pretty awesome. On top of that, if you are a Crown member and use your loyalty card to purchase tickets, you get those plus Black Widow #1, All New Hawkeye #1, Scarlet Witch #1, and Astonishing Ant-Man #1.
That is a fantastic value.
That's pretty amazing.
You hear that, Regal Cinemas?
Yeah, Regal. So good.
If only I had a Regal Crown member card.
How do I get that card?
I've never heard of that.
I mean, I'm not. Every company has some kind of fucking loyalty card. That's most of the time a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, like a points card.
Yeah, or a rewards card.
Sometimes that helps you, in a way, power up your transactions and purchases.
Hitting little on the nose.
We should move on.
All right, so our new Spider-Man is Tom Holland, little kid, who's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming.
God damn.
So I kind of feel bad for him. As much as you can feel bad for someone who's playing Spider-Man and probably the best Spider-Man we're going to see.
The name makes me feel pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's really bad. But besides that, he was pretty disappointed, apparently, the first time he tried on the Spider-Man suit, because instead of, whatever reason, Marvel not having his suit, he had to wear his stuntman suit, which was bigger. So imagine going to Walmart and trying to find the Halloween costume and not finding your size. You got to get the bigger one.
So it looked like he was Spider-Man's son wearing his dad's suit.
I had to assume.
kind of like
hey,
that
Dad.
thing. Look at me, Dad. I'm Batman. Thwip.
Hinges.
I'm just like you.
But and apparently once they got his actual fitted one, he was super happy with it. But that had to be a little just disappointing. Trying on your fucking Spider-Man suit and just being too big for you.
It doesn't fit.
Underoos. Oh my god! So we watched the Doctor Strange trailer. You're super hyped on this.
I love Doctor Strange.
I'm excited. I just don't know Doctor Strange. Like, I'm kind of talking to you and V and listening to podcasts about him, and he seems like an amazing character.
Yeah, he's
and
really
the
cool.
Trailer looks really good. I just don't have any personal stake in it.
And he's a very unique character. Of course, I'm a big fan of anything with magic, swords, and monsters.
And assholes.
And yes,
I heard he's an asshole. I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk.
Kind of a jerk.
Yeah, kind of a womanizer and such. Yeah. Him and Deadpool get along.
Of course.
But yeah, love me some Doctor Strange, man.
One news article I actually didn't put down, but there was actually quite a bit of controversy about the what's that bald-headed chick?
Oh, in the trailer?
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton?
Yeah, what's her character?
I think she's supposed to play the ancient one.
The ancient one, yeah. There's actually quite a bit of controversy of them not going with an Asian actor.
Yeah, I figured that would probably come up.
Yeah.
But so what?
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think what they're trying to go for, going off the Free For All guys that are talking about it, is they're saying the ancient one was supposed to be sort of, I guess you could say, gender fluid. And that's kind of how they have her. You look at her, if you didn't look closely, you wouldn't is that a guy, a girl? You wouldn't know.
The ancient one is a creature that can transcend space and time.
Yeah. Gender's not a big thing there.
Look like whatever it wants.
But from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be good. I didn't know Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's one of I have this final soundtrack for it.
That's the thing. I'm telling you, Doctor Strange is going to be huge.
Yeah. I want to read some of those. We're going to have to do an episode on some of those books that you got.
We
got a
will.
Bunch of Doctor Strange books.
Yes, we will.
We also watched the X-Men Apocalypse trailer. I know you're not super high on.
Yeah, you're more excited about this than I am.
I am. You haven't seen Days of Future Past though. I think if you've seen Days of Future Past, you'd be a little more hyped on it.
I don't know. I've been meaning to watch it. I just don't know about the whole there's time travel and retcon takes place, and it seems like kind of a chore to watch.
I mean, it worked really well. It was from the backstory, from my understanding, was the director who did X-Men 1 and 2, he was supposed to do 3, but apparently he had something else going on, so they brought in another director to do 3, and that's why 3 was horrible. The director who was on the first 2 hated it. Well, he's the one who's been directing these new ones. I guess Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer? Yeah.
So he wanted to make it right, and he did it with Days of Future Past. And they do it really well. I mean, they slap a big reset button, essentially.
Well, that's kind of a fuck you, isn't it? It's
to that director,
I hated your movie, so I'm going to make a whole other movie that erases your movie.
Yeah, but for the fact of everybody hated that X-Men movie, to save the universe,
just big middle finger going.
Fuck you, buddy. But I really enjoyed it. they have a really awesome scene with Quicksilver,
Mm-hmm.
and they're escaping the Pentagon, and there's a bunch of dudes there, and they fire at Magneto and Xavier and Wolverine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Quicksilver go into his running mode, and everything slows down, and they have like a real calming music playing, and like what he does is he like moves a soldier's fist onto his face and taps his elbow, and you see it slowly moving, and he moves bullets. He does that a bunch of times, and as soon as it like goes back to normal speed, you go back to that guard, and it's like he punched himself as hard as he could and like knocked himself out. It was done really well. I think you'd like it.
You
just gotta
check that out.
I think it'll make you more excited for this one. But there's a theory that we will have Weapon X in the new one.
Is that what the end of the trailer with?
Yeah,
The Schnickities?
the Schnickities. Because in Days of Future Past, the whole setup real quick is Kitty Pryde, her powers developed where she can actually send people's consciousness back in time. And she's never done it this amount of time, but they have to do it because the Sentinels, Sentinels, whatever.
Words.
Letters. They can actually, like, conform to what they're getting hit with.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever they first started the program, they kidnapped Mystique and put her DNA into it.
Oh, my.
So, like, everything they hit them with, they, like Bobby hits them.
Like, shrug
Iceman,
it off?
Yeah, Iceman hits them, and then they have the power to, like, to freeze shit. And
What?
yeah, it's crazy. Like, they are bad. Like, there's no stopping them at all.
Huh.
So they send Wolverine back in consciousness, and some guys like start to mess with Wolverine at first, and he's like, "You don't know what you're doing," and he pops out the claws, and they're the bone claws.
Oh, wow.
Because it's before.
Oh,
Weapon
wow.
X.
How was that handled? Was that handled well?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, they did it once in X-Men. Was it Origins or? It's one of the like shitty like Wolverine solo movies. But it kind of makes it look it because you don't see anything but his arm at the end of the trailer for Apocalypse, and you look like you're in some kind of facility. And if they do it right, I think it'd look really nice. But I have a little more hope in that movie than I did before. But we'll see what happens with it.
Sure.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Nathan Fillion will play a pretty big cameo in it. I don't want to say who, because it's a spoiler. We talked about it.
We know who it is.
I don't necessarily know the character. Pretty big?
Mm-hmm. As far as the story that I think they're trying to tell, yeah.
Yeah.
Big part. Probably not in terms of movie big part, but grand scheme, yeah.
So
important character.
Do you think with this cameo it can lead to him being a regular Marvel player?
Once again, it depends on which direction they go as far as how much of the cinematic universe they're going to try to tie together.
Okay.
I mean, Marvel Cinematic Universe is based around, there's like one common theme.
Yeah.
Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Thanos. You know, if they try to bring all that together, kind of like tie up loose ends with one big movie,
yeah,
I think he'll be in there.
Okay. That'll be interesting. And they said it's just a cameo, so he doesn't even sound like he has a very big part to play.
Well, then I don't know.
But it's Nathan Fillion, so I mean, it's one of those things we're gonna have to see it and see how they play it, because I could just say it's a cameo and it could be something major. Because look at what they did with Flash. I mean, granted it's DC, but you know, Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman had a cameo in Batman v Superman, and they're gonna sprout out. Also, we don't know what they're doing in Phase 4. They haven't announced any movies past Infinity, and that's the next phase. We're in Phase 3. And it's going to end with Infinity. So they could. I mean, they're going to have to do something pretty big for Phase 4. Because the past past 3 phases have led up to Infinity. So that's what I'm interested in. What happens?
I'm hoping we see an Infinity War.
I mean, that's what it's leading up to. So you'll see it.
Yum, 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 yum.
Well,
I want to see Thanos fuck some shit up.
I think we will.
That's
It's taken goddamn long enough to get there.
Yum, 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 yum.
So, we talked about this a little bit. There's a movie theater in Utah facing fines and loss of alcohol license because of the Deadpool movie. Apparently, in Utah, it's illegal to serve alcohol during a movie with nudity in it.
Utah, that's stupid.
That's dumb, Utah.
Why would you have that law?
I hope all Utah listens to this and they're like, that is dumb.
What does that benefit you?
It's like, I don't know why that'd be illegal. I mean, I can only assume it's the Pee Wee Herman theory we were talking about earlier.
So by that rationale, I can't go into a gas station and buy a 6-pack and like one of those 3-pack trucker buddies that they keep behind the counter.
They do 3-packs?
Oh yeah.
I only bought them
usually comes with a DVD.
Oh, I'm stupid.
You don't buy them one at a time, do you?
I mean, I only use them a page at a time.
Hang with me, man.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, does that mean you can't go somewhere and buy a jack rag and a fucking 40 in the same place?
I wish I knew the rationale. I'm sure they don't have any rationale besides. We're Utah. I'm assuming
Utah.
Who goes there? There's like 5 people in Utah.
Who goes there?
This is the only movie theater in Utah.
Utah. Why don't you move? Utah sounds awful.
It sounds like a horrible place. I didn't even realize it was a real state till recently.
I thought that was a made-up place in movies. It's part of the union.
It's like a boring-ass movie. Just alienating a whole state.
You've earned it.
Yeah.
With your stupid law.
Apparently, Ruby's lawyer, via Fox 13, has threatened a restraining order against Utah's Alcohol Control Authority.
There you go.
So pretty much they said, we're going to take your liquor license. They said, fuck you, stay 500 feet from us.
Okay, Utah has earned some respect. At least that movie theater has.
That movie theater does. But I don't know how that, do they have to be within 500 feet to, find them? Is it like they're like, damn it, we can't get this ticket.
They found a loophole. Those guys are clever.
Sorry about that. Well, one thing we're talking about that makes us love Ryan Reynolds even more is he donated $5,000 to that theater to pay the fine.
I love that man.
What a class act.
I would let him take me. I mean, I would fight it a little at first, but then I would give in.
Oh,
playfully, oh no, don't.
All I can think of is Andy from The Office.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But he was asking Oscar, what if he forced himself on me, and I fought him for a little bit.
So Ryan Reynolds forces himself on you. Yeah,
in this.
I'm that
scenario.
desirable. Look at me.
Oh my God, it's fantastic.
My beard is conditioned and supple.
So old RDJ came out and said that he thinks he can do one more Iron Man film.
That's Robert Downey Jr.
Huh?
RDJ.
Robert Downey.
Does everyone know that? Is that one of them social network things?
Social media things.
That hip lingo that kids
Robert
throw
Downey
around?
Jr.
The man has a name.
A.K.A. Iron Man. A.K.A. Sherlock Holmes. A.K.A. dude from other movies.
RDJ. That's all people are to you. Pieces in your little game.
Let's pronounce RDJ. RDJ. Hey, RDJ's going to be in the new movie. You hear about that?
I don't know what you're saying.
You'll know RDJ?
So,
anyways,
so one more movie, huh?
He says that he thinks he could do one more Iron Man film, as long as it's a sequel that makes sense for the character. I mean, we still have him in Spider-Man: Homecoming and both Infinity War movies, along with Civil War that's fixed to come out. So we're gonna have a ton of Iron Man still.
Spider-Man bag of wet shit.
Like how you condemned this whole movie because of the name.
Fuck, that's a stupid fucking name.
It really is bad. And also, I was thinking about the other day, Homecoming, because high school homecoming. But also, I guess Homecoming because Spider-Man has come home.
No.
It's a little on the nose.
No, do something better.
Do something
Give
better.
it to anybody else. Let the fucking male boy take a stab at it.
Spider-Man, Man of Spiders.
There you go.
Way better.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. But I actually, when I first saw that, I took that as kind of a negative thing. Because I was like, oh, well, he's on his high horse there, being like, I could do one more. I'm not going to do it. But then apparently, like, it was a positive thing because he didn't talk about doing more than 3. Which on the flip side, Chris Evans came out. Old CE.
Oh, God.
Well, CE came out and said that
CE came out.
He's willing to do whatever Marvel needs for Captain America.
As well he should.
Yep. Which I guess he turned down the role several times because, I mean, he was going to have to sign a 9-movie contract.
Well, you can't really blame him if they were going to make him...
Nobody knew what was going to happen. I mean...
Trap him into 9 movies.
Yeah, what if there are 9 horrible movies?
Yeah. What if they were terrible?
Man, that'd have been...
You'd have to make 8 more of these sucktastic pieces of garbage. So thank God they were as good as they are.
Probably kill a whole career. I mean, that's 9 movies of being bad. It's just done. Which he was talking about how like he was scared at first to do 9 pictures, and now that's coming to an end. Like he's scared of not having any more.
Well, I mean, 9 pictures. I mean, how many has he done now?
He's done Captain
Winter
America,
Soldier,
Avengers,
Winter
Soldier, Avengers 2,
and now we got
Civil War
coming up. So that's 5.
So he still has 4 more.
4 to go. That's math.
Fuck you, asshole.
No, but I'm saying...
I'm going to assume both Infinity Wars.
Think about how long it took to make those 5 movies.
Yeah.
For all of them to come out. Wow.
God, he's only like right over halfway through his contract, because that's how math works too. Fuck you. No math,
I'm
bitch.
sorry, buddy.
Oh my God.
Your mind is a mess.
I don't know what's going on today. Today and yesterday. It was weird. But that's pretty much all the Marvel news. We have just a few other kind of random ones. We watched the Rogue One trailer, which I'm a Star Wars fan. I mean, I've always watched it for the Jedi, so when I first watched it, I wasn't super hyped about it.
It's kind of like, meh.
Yeah, like, I thought it was really interesting that we're actually going to see, like, before the original trilogy, but after the fucking prequels. Like, we're going to see how, R2-D2 gets the plans, which is really cool to see. I was a little more excited about it after I listened to other people talk about it, and, like, talk about, like...
Or how Leia gets the plans?
Well, don't they put it into R2-D2? And no, she puts it into R2-D2. Yeah, that's right.
He gets them from Leia.
My bad.
Star Wars fan.
Listen, bro. You know what? Fuck Star Wars. Hope that movie fails ass.
Sorry.
I'm going to go grab the DVD you bought me, and I'm going to break it in half in front of you.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's horrible. Or I'll do the DVD, not the Blu-ray.
Oh, come on, bro.
I won't do any of them. Anyways, after watching again, I mean, I still wasn't, like, super excited about it, but...
No, but, I mean, it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
How they got the Death Star plans.
And the theory of the chick at the end, like, possibly fighting the TIE fighter that, like, bumps Darth Vader.
That's cool.
That'd be awesome if they did it. And just the fact that Mark Bernardin, actually, is his name. He's the co-host Fat Man Batman, but, God, if he just called that out of nowhere, holy shit. That'd be awesome. Some Halloween news. The Exorcist is coming to Universal Studios Halloween Horror.
Awesome.
It's going to be a maze.
A maze?
It says the maze will be a real-life interpretation of the film, bringing you through iconic moments of the movie.
I love those things, man.
So are you going to watch a demented little girl masturbate with a crucifix? That's horrifying.
In a maze. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess if it's tastefully done.
Did you just hear the words that came out of my mouth? Girl, masturbate. Crucifix.
Little.
Little.
No, surely they won't have that.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure they'll have some, imagery, alluding to certain things, but you're not going to have like a little animatronic girl,
It's creepy.
God.
Done there. We saw the first picture of Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa.
kind of cool.
It is. You know, I'm sure people will complain it looks nothing like original Rita Repulsa, but have you looked at original Rita Repulsa lately? She had Madonna boobs.
She had Madonna boobs.
They're pointy as shit, and they're going either way.
And like a two-sided, like a pointed turban. The fuck was that on her head? Was it supposed to be horns?
I never knew.
I don't know.
Yeah, I watched
Just a big funny hat.
a recent episode of Power Rangers, and those bad guys are still fucking weird as hell looking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they still make no sense. Remember the big pig?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name. He was just a head with arms and legs and a Spartan helmet.
A Spartan helmet was on him. Yeah, let's bring him back. Ecto Cooler High C is returning.
Delicious.
How awesome is that?
That's great.
So, there was kind of murmurs through the internet about this possibly happening, because back in November, Coca-Cola renewed the trademark, but they didn't say anything about it being re-released. And it could have just been one of those things of them wanting to hold on to it so no one else gets it. But they officially announced it's coming out.
Awesome.
You know, I was fucking... They did that one with the original Ghostbusters, I believe, right?
No, that was like during the real Ghostbusters, like during that cartoon run.
So I'm trying to remember if I ever had that, if I ever drank the Ecto.
I did.
I don't think I did.
It was like a melon kind of...
They should have made it slimy.
Thing. Oh, that's a good idea, because that's how you want your drink.
Listen, Ghostbusters.
Slimy.
Stuff. Like, just it be Slimer. Just a bunch of snot and boogers.
Snot cooler.
All right, so we're gonna end news with The Rock calling Baywatch the Baywatch Squad, the Avengers of the Beach. Never thought I'd ever see myself looking forward to a Baywatch movie.
Whatever you say, Rock. I trust that man.
I mean, apparently they take the melodrama out of from the TV series and they put in raunchy comedy.
Okay.
Or raunchy humor, I'll say. I don't want to say comedy. Humor.
Raunchy comedy.
But, and apparently, he states that they will be putting together a never-before-seen Hollywood campaign like no one has seen before.
Really?
He says that the posters are going to be on the side of buses, side of buildings, billboards, and in Vin Diesel's garage.
In Vin Diesel's garage.
It's Dwayne Johnson, man. He's...
I like him.
He really is amazing. Netflix here. What's going on?
What is happening?
I don't know. But, all right, well, that's the end of news. So we're going to take our regularly scheduled break, and I guess we'll come back with Education Corner.
Education Corner. It's a good one.
We'll be back.
Bye.
And we're back from our break.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
All right, so...
Let's get sexy.
Let's get sexy up in here.
Sexy time.
So, we are going to go into our... I say fairly new. The whole podcast is fairly new, but... into Mr. Ben's Education Corner.
Welcome to Education Corner. Today, I'd like to talk about what I think is a pretty compelling character in the Spider-Man Deadpool series. And that would be Deadpool's wife. Deadpool's wife, first of all, named Shikla. She is the Queen of the Damned, ruler of the monster world, Monster Metropolis, as we might know, which is underneath Manhattan, or the Kingdom of Manhattan, as the monsters like to call it. Anywho, Deadpool was hired by Dracula. Keep this in mind. He's hired by Dracula.
Really?
Yes. To bring Shikla to him so that they could be wed, so that he could take over Monster Metropolis, the underworld, and end a long feud that the vampires and the underworld, the monsters, had for many, many eons. I mean, like, before even the dawn of man.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm with you.
All right. Deadpool rescued Shikla, who had been sealed in a coffin by her father in an attempt to protect her from the vampire onslaught, which had already killed both of her brothers. Okay, sealed her away in like a sarcophagus. And Deadpool, under Dracula's, hired by Dracula, took the coffin to Greece for some reason.
Oh, they never let you know?
It doesn't say much about it.
Okay.
And got into a fight with a minotaur where the coffin shattered and Shikla woke up. So I don't know if Deadpool knew that there was a hot demon chick in this box or not. But anyway, she wakes up. Shikla, she repays Deadpool by basically trying to kill him.
Okay.
All right, because kind of crazy. But Deadpool's got this awesome healing factor, which made it a no-go.
Of course.
Usually, either the kissing her or boning her, she can steal your life force.
Okay.
It didn't
Thank
work
you for miming that out for me.
You're welcome.
I wish people at home could see that.
Boning.
Wow.
Yeah. Going on. Shikla went with Deadpool out of Greece by getting on a train to Paris, where they were intercepted by Blade the Vampire Hunter.
Of course.
Yeah. Who was trying to convince Deadpool that Shikla was actually a demon and that Deadpool should give her up. Here's the thing. She is a demon.
Yeah.
She can shapeshift. She can turn into this giant horned purple demon.
But she mainly stays a hot chick?
Awful thing. Yeah, well, it's not her preferred form. She calls it her weaker form, but she knows that it's a lot easier to look at.
Okay.
Yeah. And Blade and Shikla fought. Deadpool helped. And they beat Blade. And you see a romance bloom. Things
like a rom-com.
happen. Yeah.
What if they did a rom-com?
I wouldn't mind seeing something like that.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. No kidding.
Romantic comedy.
Well, Deadpool calls up his old buddy Hydra Bob to arrange for them to, get to Paris. And they visited the catacombs, all the stuff you want to see when you go to Paris.
Of course.
Queen of the Damned that turns into a demon, she's going to want to see the catacombs of Paris.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell her no. Deadpool actually tried to push her away because he was afraid it would end up a disaster like all of his other relationships.
It's amazing he kind of had that straight thinking for that.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially when we're talking about Deadpool here.
Yeah.
And an incredibly hot chick.
Yeah.
Because she's banging.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's nice looking. They were then captured by Hydra, who wanted to exploit Shikla's power.
Goddamn Hydra.
Yeah, fucking Hydra all the time, fucking shit up. They escaped, but they were intercepted by AIM. Shikla proved herself by defeating the AIM agents and a giant robot.
Nice.
Yeah. But then she was captured by MODOK, because that's another character that shows up in just the strangest fucking places.
Yeah, they reference him in the...
Yeah, which we'll get into.
Everything,
which is why I kind of tied this all in. Yeah. Deadpool beats the shit out of MODOK and saves Shikla from AIM. Once they get back to New York City, they are married in a ceremony officiated by Nightcrawler.
That's fantastic.
Because
why
not?
Love Nightcrawler.
And it's been happily ever after.
Okay.
So Deadpool's married to a demon chick that's super hot, but also an incredibly crazy looking demon when she wants to be, who basically beat the tar out of Blade because he was hired by Dracula.
So many threads to follow on that.
Love it.
That's fantastic.
I love every bit of that. But there you go.
So I didn't know that.
Take that with
Deadpool.
you.
I thought it was always Deadpool and death with the love thing.
Yeah, with the whole Thanos and death, and Deadpool tried to court death. But yeah, Shikla's his wife, and she's a demon
And she's hot.
And she's hot. And it was just the craziest fucking story how they got together.
I had no idea. Like I never knew he was married. I never knew. That's pretty awesome. I wonder if they're going to kind of ever bring that to the movies.
I would hope so.
That'd be pretty. I mean, they try to stay pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, you can't really come out of the gate of, oh, he's with a demon.
No, I mean, it'll be far, far down the road before we see something like that. But there you go, kids.
All right, education.
Learn something today. Education corner.
About demon wives.
Hot demon wife.
All right, so I guess now we'll jump into Spider-Man Deadpool, issue 1 and 2, and Gwenpool number 1.
Which is marvelous.
If you want to go ahead, since they're your comics, I'll let you kind of give the rundown on those two, and then after we talk about that a little bit, we'll go into Gwenpool, and I'll go over that one.
Yeah, we'll kind of give a broad stroke here on Spider-Man Deadpool. What happens? We start out, Spider-Man and Deadpool are being held by who we can only assume is Dormammu.
Dormammu.
Yeah, because I love it when Dormammu shows up in just the strangest places. So they are captive of Dormammu for reasons we don't really know yet. They have their dynamic. I hate you. No, you don't. I love you.
I love you. I hate you. Let's do it.
They're tied up in Spidey's own webbing somehow. They don't really go into that. We're kind of in the middle of this transaction. They get in a fight with they finally get free from Spider-Man's webbing because Deadpool bought a sharp science thing, which is a nano who's a katana that can cut through his webbing.
Of course. They
get loose. They take on the mindless ones, which are Dormammu's little minions.
We're in a grocery store, by the way.
Yeah, we're in a grocery
store. That's really weird.
In hell.
Didn't know hell had grocery stores.
Hell's got grocery stores.
Apparently.
Yeah, Dormammu's the manager? I guess. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Mid-level management power, go!
So from that, then we have a flashback. We see Spidey trying to tackle Hydro Man.
Which I was kind of thrown off at first with the what he was shooting out of his webbings, and then it turns out he has like different cartridges.
Yeah, it's like seismic charges. This was it's Parker Industries, Parker Tech.
Yeah,
because he's the CEO of this huge Apple, basically,
he's
in the Marvel universe. Yeah, and he's taking down Hydro Man using seismic waves. Deadpool shows up. Spidey's not too happy about that. Makes fun of him for whooping up on Hydro Man. And then we see Deadpool using his morality app,
which I want,
which is how he decides how he's going to tackle certain situations. He gives the little thing a spin.
Let's read that.
Yeah, and it comes up saying he's going to treat this as chaotic neutral. He gets to do whatever he thinks is best. Which can only turn out great no matter how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool steals a hug from Spidey, which is just a way to get a hold of him so that he can bounce them out of there. Because as a gift from Shikla for their wedding, Deadpool gets what appears to be a tiny little baby pocket Nightcrawler who's wearing a special collar so that he can control the bamfing.
Like I want to know more about that.
Yeah, I want to explore that a little more. I need to find out some more about him. But Spider-Man, Deadpool getting a little tiff after
skipped a little bit.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Now we're back at Dormammu fighting the mindless ones. So Deadpool's plan is to take what can only we assume are stolen brains to be shoved into the mindless ones' faces, turning them into the mindful ones, and then they start having conscious thoughts.
Do you know who you just killed? It was Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
You killed Carl. They have names like Dormammu. Mindless ones, I command you to flay the skin from. And then you see one of the now mindful ones. Where was flaying in my job description? How do you expect me to perform at my full potential without some encouragement? A simple thank you would suffice, or a raise.
Real quickly, one thing I love is the ethnically diverse knight.
Swoop in like an ethnically diverse knight and plop you right in the middle of an Avengers-level battle for the fate of the world.
I love Deadpool going PC.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and everything about this, Deadpool's trying to pal up with Spidey, mostly because he wants to be a better dude.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting to see. We never really see Deadpool try to be good, and he's really trying here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's really trying. He thinks that just by hanging out with Spider-Man, he can be more of a hero, especially now that he's an Avenger. I've got a key to the Avengers Tower, or the Avengers HQ. See Hydro Man come back, but now he has leveled up, so to speak, into a giant sewage monster.
He's a poop monster.
He's a poop monster. There's even a toilet floating around in him. And he's wearing what I can only assume is a giant carburetor on his face.
Because of the poop.
Yeah, because of the poop. Spider-Man thinks quick, asks Deadpool, how is that healing factor of yours? Deadpool says, oh, it's great, why? And Spidey then throws Deadpool into Hydro Man, pulls the pins on all his grenades, and kablooies giant sewage Hydro Man. And, yeah, right there. Splitch. I love comic book. Just sounds.
It's always funny trying to look at them and be like, would that really be that sound?
Mm-hmm. So now they're all covered in poop. Deadpool's blown in half, and his little feet are trying to grow back, and his hands
look like
are growing.
hands. I swear
they do look
hands.
like hands.
And he has his little baby hand because of Bamf.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man ripped the special collar off a little baby Nightcrawler, and apparently it doesn't care much for Deadpool because it bamps his fucking arm off. Okay, after their little exchange there where they finish fighting Hydro Man, Deadpool has a heart-to-heart with Spider-Man and says, hey, I just trying to be a better dude and maybe get you to respect me. And then we get a shot of, we think is the underworld. It turns out Deadpool and who we thought was Dormammu is actually a dude in a giant Dormammu suit who was hired by Deadpool
For $100?
Yeah, for actually 100 souls. Yeah, but apparently Deadpool's plan didn't work as well as he wanted because he tells the guy playing Dormammu that he sucked and here's 75 and piss off basically.
Piss off, you old bitch.
Yeah, from what I'm reading here, Deadpool's trying to pal up with Spider-Man not just to be a better dude, but also because he knows that he quote unquote works for Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And we find out that Deadpool has been hired to Gak Parker.
Yeah, that's his next
issue
contract.
1. Yes, that's his contract. We don't know why, but that's his contract. That's issue 1. Issue 2?
Issue 2, I kind of went through a little more, quicker. I don't know, issue 1 was good.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to set up a lot of stuff.
If you look at my notes, there's hardly any notes for 2 because I would forget that I was taking notes and just blow through it.
Mm-hmm. Did you have anything about 1 you wanted to say?
I was kind of just interjecting it as we went. I figured that's the easiest way instead of talking about it and then going back and talk the notes. I just hit the notes as we get by them. Make it a little easier.
Right. All right, issue 2. We come up, we're at Parker Industries. Parker's about to go on live television because he's got a new biorhythmic monitoring device. It's an iWatch.
Yeah, it's an iWatch,
basically.
essentially.
Yeah.
With 5 different colors.
Yeah, so you can make the world a better place is the whole thing behind it. But, yeah, Parker makes iWatches, apparently.
He's Apple Industries on Marvel.
Yeah, but okay. Then we shoot to Deadpool in bed with his lovely demon wife, Shikla.
Who we all know about now.
Yeah, that's the whole reason they did that. And they're having a little exchange there, talking about why he's doing what he's doing. And we find out that Deadpool's got a thing about Parker because he's into some sick shit. It doesn't really say what.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. They don't talk about, which I'm assuming we'll get it a little later on in the issues, because it seems to be a lot revolved around Deadpool going for Parker at this point.
Yeah, going for Parker. But apparently there's some really crazy, like, demented type shit going on over at Parker Industries that Deadpool's not too keen on.
I love how he's so dedicated to working. Even when he's at home doing research, he's like, I have to wear my mask for work.
This is my work gear.
And I'm working.
Yeah, he's nude and wearing a mask.
For nothing but the mask.
Nothing but the mask. And Shikla, we can only assume, is just completely naked and trying to, get some attention.
Assume and hope.
Assume and hope. All right, back to New York. Spidey swinging through the city like he does. He gets a call from Miles Morales, Spider-Man, who was also Spider-Man, which is...
Yeah,
I come up with something different there.
I just think it's weird that they just both go by Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like, you figured they would change up between them. Some distinguishing factor with them. I mean, obviously they look different, but they both go by Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't get that either. You'd think they'd come up with... I don't know. I don't know what else would... Spider Junior. I don't know. But yeah, Spidey, he's having a little spider time swinging around the city because that's what he does to kind of cool off. He gets a call from other Spider-Man telling him that Deadpool's in town and he's basically harassing people.
Of course.
Because
what else? He's hugging them.
Yeah, hoping for Spidey to show up.
Well, if he doesn't even have any guns out, he's just hugging people.
Yeah, he's just
hugging. That's literally it.
Yeah, he's just hugging people, but just making people uncomfortable.
You smell.
Yeah, you smell. I want the real Spider-Man, he says after Miles shows up. Miles says, I am the real Spider-Man and you're breaking the law. And he says, you, sir, are spider adjacent. Probably a clone. He has a thing for clones. Miles, I am not a clone. Deadpool, that's what clones always say.
That is technically what clones always say.
You, sir, are spider adjacent. That's my favorite thing. All right, well... Parker Spider-Man shows up, grabs Deadpool by the ass with a web, holding him upside down. Deadpool mentions that his nuts are in a jar because his wife took them from him for some reason, and apparently his testicles talk to one another. They say they have a shot at the presidency if we just get the word out, and apparently Righty says, shut up, Lefty.
I want a one shot of them just running for presidency.
Just his nuts running for presidency.
Just them be the main character in the comic.
Okay. So here's the thing. Deadpool is trying to explain to Parker Spider that Peter Parker is a real bad dude. And we need to take him down, and you're my way in, basically. And then they both punch Deadpool in the face?
Yeah, it was kind of out of nowhere. I guess maybe because... I'm assuming both Spider-Man know... Yeah, they had... I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they've got spider sense going on here, and then all of a sudden they both just punch Deadpool. I don't know if that was maybe to knock him out of the way of
that part I was kind of thrown off on.
The goblin army that shows up, which actually turns out to be a mass hallucination.
For everybody with the with the iWatch on.
For everybody with the biorhythmic doohickey from Parker Industries. And the way Deadpool figures this out is he's looking around town and he sees that him, old ladies, and homeless people don't have these things, And they're not freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And apparently the Three Stooges are part of the Marvel Universe now because there's a picture of them in the Rockefeller Center.
They live there now.
And one of his guns is named Curly, so maybe that has something to do with whether... But it's clearly the Three Stooges.
I had a double take on that when I got to that page.
It's so random. But anyway, moving on.
3 goddamn Stooges.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The Spidered Men hear La Cucaracha playing, and it turns out it's Deadpool in what he now calls the Dead Buggy, driving up the side of a building.
I still can't believe there was ever such thing as a spider buggy.
Yeah, spider buggy. It climbed up walls and...
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they had the toy, and that's kind of obvious, but anyway.
That's why, probably. So that they could sell a toy spider buggy in the 80s. Anyway, drives up the side of the building to get a hold of the spidered men and blows their little eye watches off so that they'll stop hallucinating and says, hey, look, this shit was going on because of your Parker tech, and he's a bad dude, and fuck him. We need to go get him.
Fuck him, buddy.
Yeah. So Parker's like, Parker, Spider-Man, has some trouble with this because, well, he is Parker.
Yeah.
So he wants to get to the bottom of what's going on. We get a shot of Parker Industry Labs. And Mysterio's there.
Out of fucking left field.
Out of left field, Mysterio shows up. And I love when Mysterio shows up. He's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain.
He seems super underutilized.
Yeah, he's so bizarre. And just, he's done some weird shit in the past. Well, anyway.
And if they ever put him in a movie, they can use Halle Berry.
They could use Halle Berry.
With just the helmet, cape, and nothing else on. Listening to the first episode, I was like, we talked about a naked Halle Berry for a little while.
We did?
We did.
Why?
Who knows?
Huh. That's a silly question.
Because we talked about Catwoman Halle Berry, and you said you wanted Mysterio in a movie, and I said, what if Halle Berry played him? You said, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
And you said, as long as it's like Swordfish, and I was like, well, just the helmet, cape, and that's it.
Ah, see, there you go. We have continuity.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, Dead Buggy bursts through the wall of Parker Industries and runs Mysterio the fuck over.
Fucking nails him.
It drills his ass. So Parker Spider-Man's thinking, nah, that can't be the real Mysterio. I know how this guy works. It's probably a robot or some shit.
Said, well?
No. It was the real Mysterio. Deadpool ran him the fuck over. But in a turn of events, Deadpool saves Mysterio's life.
Man,
brings him back from the brink of death. And this resonates with Spider-Man. He says, here you go. Here's my phone number. Give me a call. Good job restoring the spider buggy. Deadpool says, nope, it's Dead Buggy. But now they're pals, sort of. He has Spider-Man's phone number now, which is kind of what he wanted anyway. He decides to take a look around Deadpool decides to take a look around Parker Industries for this employer, this mystery employer we don't know about yet. Opens a door, sees a bunch of Parker Industry scientists working on what appears to be an armless and legless patient, I guess.
Test subject, probably.
Yeah, test subject. Clearly, this guy is an unwilling patient, and Deadpool don't cotton kindly to that.
No.
So he starts hacking up Parker Industry scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Calls his mystery employer and says, okay, I'm in. We're going to be putting Parker in the ground. End issue 2. We have no idea. I have no idea who this is.
Every time I look at him, I try to figure out who it could be. No clue. I figured you would be with your knowledge of Marvel, but
I don't know who this is. This might be some new
kind of villain.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Never seen him before. He's got like this weird mask on. He's got a tube running out of his nose. All we see is like the bottom quarter of his face.
Yeah.
Clearly, this guy has been through some shit.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty well fucked up.
This is a really good series. It has the whole kind of I guess the closest thing you compare it to is like a buddy cop style.
Yeah, it's got that.
And their humor works really well together.
Well, Spider-Man, Deadpool always work well.
Yeah.
You know, that humor's always great.
And I love it because how much Spider-Man hates Deadpool, but they still play off each other with their humor. Mm-hmm. Like, he's still very much a willing participant in a lot of the jokes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'll turn around and be like, oh, I fucking hate you, Deadpool.
You are an awful person.
And it's kind of cool seeing a character like Deadpool, like, they throw some kind of morality with him. Because you can tell, like, throughout this whole episode, the whole couple issues, that he's really trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, he's trying to be a good dude. I mean, he's got a wife now that he really, really adores.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he loves his wife entirely, wholly loves his wife, and he just wants to try to be a better dude. I don't know if it's for her or
like
what.
Old Deadpool would have went after the Parker contract just for the money.
Yeah, just
now
for the
he's
money.
like, I need to make sure that, like, this is justified.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just... I mean, he's still a merc, because he's still going to kill for money. Mm-hmm. But he's at least has a little moral behind his reasonings. Like, they have to warrant a killing.
Mm-hmm. I think it's crazy after everything that Spider-Man and Deadpool have been through, that Deadpool does not know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's always seemed pretty funny with the Marvel Universe, is, like, Peter Parker's the best at keeping his identity secret.
They've been Avengers together.
Yeah.
And, like, Spider-Man doesn't know who Deadpool is. Doesn't know his name. Well, maybe he does. I'm trying to think.
I think it's different with Deadpool, because, like, for Deadpool, his secret identity doesn't matter. He doesn't live a normal life.
True.
So why have a secret identity? Mm-hmm. So, like, to him, he's not Wade Wilson. He's just Deadpool now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has no idea that Peter Parker is the real Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't mind Miles Morales. I just think it's weird that you put them both in the universe and just call them both Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then have them both show up in the same book.
Yeah, I feel like they either need to be separate, or you need to, like, give Miles a different name.
Or that was a reason for... It's a way for Deadpool to make fun of Miles.
Yeah, and make fun of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Fucking Spider Lad.
Spider adjacent.
Spider adjacent. That is fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful art.
Oh God, I love McGinnis. The cover.
Mm-hmm. McGinnis always pleases.
See, I like the variant cover for the first one. Mm-hmm. What is it? The
fried pie.
Fried pie.
Fried pie variant. Yeah, with just like acrylic.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, acrylic paint. Look, portrait. It's got sad Spider-Man.
I think that was nice, but I've always preferred more of the, like, comic-y, cartoony.
That's fair. I understand that. But I like it when they
change it up.
Different things with the variants. Yeah, like even when they do like actual photographs. Like the action figure.
They have a Deadpool Spider-Man where it's like Spider-Man's in the like toy case and like Deadpool's making fun of him, but it's all their action figures, which is fantastic.
Yep.
All right, I'll go over. We decided to, since I found an issue of Gwenpool #1, we decided to go ahead and throw this one in there too. We'll go over it pretty quickly. Gwenpool, this is the start of her series, but she has been in several Howard the Duck issues. She's had a couple one-shots. This is her first running continuity. So we start out, we get a little prologue. We have a bunch of dudes in the back of a van, and essentially they're talking about they're going to rob this bank. And she's kind of narrating all this, and, she's thrown in kind of Deadpool-ish humor about it, of saying, I'm Gwenpool. I'm not in this van, but you'll see me in a minute.
She breaks the fourth wall as well.
Yeah, she breaks the fourth wall, and, you have everybody in, like, animal costumes, and you have one dude who's the hacker, who obviously will stay in the van. And we go into the bank to find that Gwenpool, outside of her costume, is trying to get a checking account. And she has 2 duffel bags with her, and one is filled with money. And the other one we just don't quite know just yet. The guy tells her, hey, if you want an account with us, you need to have a social security card, ID, all this stuff. And she goes, listen, I'm not from this universe. I don't have that stuff. So we get
I'm not
that
from
she's
this
not
universe.
from the Marvel universe. More or less, she's from our universe. But she wants to be a hero, so she goes to the comic book universe.
Somehow.
Well, the dudes bust in, and they have guns on the guards, and, telling everybody we're robbing you, you know what to do. And she gets really excited and says, bank robbery! So she opens up the second bag, and is her Gwenpool costume and guns. She's super excited about it, and comes up with like a M16, and tries to throw out some jokes of, I bet you wish you were robbing a blood bank because you're about to run out of blood soon. But it's amazing just because it's one of those just dumb jokes that are funny.
Mm-hmm.
So she shoots the shit out of 3 dudes in a safe, puts them down.
I foil you with my bullets. So at this point, I figured out she's a loon.
Oh, she's out of her gourd. Well, one dude's still out of the safe, and he fires at her, and she's kind of complimenting him and talking to the other people who are hostages, and throws a canister at him, and turns out it's a grenade, and blows the shit out of him. And she's pretty much like, don't be afraid of me. I'm the good guy. So everybody's thinking she's going to shoot the hell out of them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cops come, and they arrest her, and they arrest the hacker, and put her in the same car.
Mm-hmm.
She yells at him like, hey, I saved the day. Come on now, don't take me. Well, she murdered a bunch of people, so they have to take her.
Yeah.
And they have her bag of money and everything because evidence. And they kind of go down this alley, and she's talking to the hacker, and he's like, hey, I'm a hacker. This is what I do. And at every point, she's like, all right, hack us out of these cuffs. And he's just like, I don't think you understand how that works. And the police officer pretty much tells her, like, hey, I'm taking that money.
Quick, hack this.
And I'm done with you. And she's like, oh, he's going to kill us. Hack us out of here. She just keeps telling him to hack us out.
Hack us out of here.
And the officer says, listen, with, heroes and aliens and all this stuff, there's no need for me to be around here. These are way bigger than what I can do. So I'm taking the money, I'm letting you go, and I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what we call a moment of clarity.
Yeah, so he rides out, and she's like, hey, why don't you let us get that car since you're leaving? And he does. She gets in the driver's seat and drives like a lunatic. That's pretty much the prologue for the comic.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like that they actually changed the art style.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this like long thing on there, and then in the actual comic it's short.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives like a little introduction, and she makes herself sound like Stanley. Hey, true believers, Gwenpool here, or should I say Gwenpool? And they spaced it and spelled it differently.
Well, her name's Gwenpool.
Yeah,
she just drops the E and puts them together to become Gwenpool.
And she even throws out like, you may have seen me venturing around Marvel U with Howard the Duck, but now it's time to shine in my very own book that you so kindly got your hands on, no less. And she's new, but she's ready to kick butt.
Mm-hmm.
And we turn the page, and she's in the middle of a fight with Sentinels. Why can't I say that word? Sentinels. I can't do it. I got nothing.
I'm just going to spray. Witness me.
Witness.
You will ride eternal, shining in chrome.
Walk me to the gates of Valhalla. But she's in the middle of the fight, and she's kind of bumped up, and she's, saying, come on, Gwen, think this isn't real here in a comic or a movie or a game. Mm-hmm. And she figures out to beat him like a video game and throws a bomb on them.
Yeah, well, she references the original X-Men arcade game.
Yeah.
Breaking the wall.
Amazing. And she tells, her hacker buddy, because he's her now sidekick, who stays at headquarters and hacks stuff, to detonate the bomb. He's like, hey, shouldn't we wait to let him get further? She goes, nah, we're putting on a show. Go ahead and blow him up. So, blow the shit out of it. And everybody seems kind of aggravated because some buildings went down with it. And she's like, pretty good. Nobody seems impressed. Well, she goes back to Big Ronnie's custom battle spandex shop. And
that's a thing. That's where they get their costumes. They got to
come from somewhere. They have to.
Why not Big Ronnie's?
And apparently also this is where she goes to get her contracts and all this stuff. And they're not very happy with her, so they go to take her costume back. There's a little back and forth on, she needs to respect the costume more and not be so crazy. And she says, come on, give me another shot. And they find this big contract. She's like, I'll take it. And the girl on the counter is like, well, you don't know. Many people have tried this one now. It doesn't happen. And she's like, nah, I got it. Now, mind you, we pretty much know at this point she doesn't have powers.
Yeah, she's
a lunatic with guns.
Yeah, she has no superpowers or combat training.
At all.
She's just a girl in a suit.
But they go through the contract and they're kind of explaining what's going on. And it's this big submarine and talking about how there's all these aquatic guards that look like monster squids in suits. And how they're underwater, they're around, on jet skis, and they're off to the submarine, and it's almost impossible to get in. And she says, well, what's the pay like? And they show her the money, and she's so excited, she takes a marker and draws dollar signs on her eyes. And the lady gets mad and says, those are hard to clean, don't do that.
Yeah, but these are like extra-dimensional arms dealers, I guess?
Yeah.
Is what she's going after?
Yeah, it's a big aliens arm deal that they're trying to get.
With Hydra, apparently.
Yeah, Hydra. I was going to say Hydra Bot.
Hydra Bot?
But, so she decides, I got this, I could do it. Sure. So she makes her way out, and she's on a tour guide, of course, in a helicopter, with, I think she has her bag of guns with her. Did she have her bag of guns?
No, she tried to get a bag of guns.
She tried to bring her back.
On this
That's right.
tourist helicopter of Ellis Island.
Yeah, because she asked, I don't know why you look so nervous. And the lady says, because you tried to bring 6 guns on this helicopter, and they still let you on. So she essentially used the helicopter to get above the sub and dive down into the water to get into it. And her whole thing is, I don't need guns. I'll just knock out a couple guys, take their guns, and shoot the other dudes. And then we get to the point where we're now on the sub, and we see 2 dudes taken out. We see their guns picked up, and shooting the other dudes. And she's, of course, breaks the 4th wall. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, right? Yeah, that's not me. So, as she's going through, she's realizing someone's clearing this right before she gets through. And, she's Gwenpool, so she's like, all right, I'll just say this was me. And get the contract. And we see the actual person, I guess, who took everybody out. And he's obviously another merc, because he's there for the price on their head. And all the fabulous weapons he'll be claiming.
Ooh.
So
Fabulous prizes.
Fabulous prizes. So he goes to call in how he finishes, and Gwenpool just pushed him into a
like an incinerator.
Like an incinerator, yeah. Just fucking push him right in.
Yeah, she fucking this is Sparta his ass into an incinerator.
And she kind of like, wonder who that was. Oh well. And sends a picture of her stabbing one of the squid dudes in the face to the Robbie's costume shack.
Yeah, over to Big Ronnie's.
Over Big Ronnie's. And then she back at home in a bathtub, I assume, of petals.
Yeah, rose petals.
Yeah, rose petals, and in her costume. And she's talking to her sidekick and saying, yeah, I'm getting all the jobs now. Everybody saw what I did. And he's a little more on the cautious side. And he's like, hey, you didn't do that. And what if that guy was talking to someone? And she just kind of brushes off, and all of a sudden, kaboom! Her walls in her apartment blow up, and there's this big space shift. And who pops out? MODOK.
Old MODOK.
Old MODOK.
Shows up in the oddest fucking places.
Yeah. He pretty much is like, oh, you're the best, right? And he says, "You've destroyed my best, so you're now my best, and you're going to work for me." Which, of course, she laughs it off. Like, I'm not going to work for you. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. You're the bad guy.
So he's like, "Listen, you got some consequences if you don't join me." Of course, she just laughs it off. He gets super mad, and he fucking fries her sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Didn't expect that.
fucking Tedsies right off the bat. Like,
yeah. Didn't expect that to happen.
And she's kind of breaking down about it. She's crying, kind of see a little more emotion out of her. And she pretty much is working for MODOK now. She accepts the fact that she has no choice and that she is now a henchman.
No.
And then the next issue preview looks pretty interesting because it's her about to hit Lady Thor with a big old...
Awesome.
Yeah, May 11th.
May 11th.
The big old love hammer.
That Gwenpool is so fun.
So that's going to be a new line I'll be getting into.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was just going to be Deadpool, but Lady, but
No.
I mean, it's still pretty similar. Break the fourth wall humor,
Mm-hmm.
but like no powers.
No,
Didn't expect that.
It's different.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it myself.
I like the art. I like that kind of manga, but not kind of art.
Yeah, it
that
has a slight anime feel to it at certain points with the art style. But yeah, really impressive. I was surprised I saw it, and I like Deadpool so much, and I've seen a lot of people talk about Gwenpool, and I was like, fuck it, I'll try it.
Mm-hmm. That and the fact that MODOK shows up is enough to keep me reading it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how they play through that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, that's it for us.
That's all we got.
That's all we got today. I'll have to edit this down a little bit.
Let's bag it. Beep, beep, beep.
All right, guys. As always, follow us at SoundCloud at 2 Dads in a Comic. The number 2, Dads in a Comic, no spaces. At Instagram, at 2 Dads in a Comic, but it's the number 2 Dads _and_a_ comic.
Good God.
Yeah, no, it's all I could get. I tried.
It's like a fucking algebra problem.
And then you can search for us at YouTube, 2 Dads in a Comic, and subscribe to our page. And we're going to try to kind of get a little fancy with those videos, but we'll see what we can do. We're not falling too hard on the YouTube just yet.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, we thank you for listening and hope to have you on the next episode.
Thanks, guys.
Deuces, bitch.